When it comes to building a relationship with your cat, the most important thing is always trust. Without trust, you don't have anything. Unfortunately, by their nature, cats are often skittish and slow to trust. In the wild, your kitty would have been potential prey for all kinds of larger animals, so it's in their DNA to be cautious of everyone. And because cat body language is not widely understood, many of cat parents have no idea that their relationship with their fur baby is crumbling beneath them. In this video, we're going to look at 7 easy-to-miss signs that your kitty doesn't trust you. We'll be honest, gaining the trust of a cat is not easy, but there's one trick that makes it absolutely possible. So stay tuned for that. But before we dive in, why not subscribe and join our feline-loving community for more tips and tricks on how to be the best cat parent you can be. Sign 1. If sleeping were an Olympic sport, cats probably wouldn't bring home any gold medals, but only because they'd be too busy snoozing to make it to the competition grounds in time to qualify. Our kitties sleep a lot, up to 16 hours a day, which is twice the recommended human amount of 8 hours. And how many of us actually manage that? Most of you have probably had the experience having your fur baby join you in bed at night or fall asleep curled up in your lap, but not all cat parents are as lucky. Cats know that they're vulnerable to attack when they're sleeping, and so they'll typically only choose to sleep near people they trust. If a cat won't sleep near a person, or if they only sleep in hidden out-of-the-way places, then that suggests that they don't fully trust the people they live with. Sign 2. The tummy trap is practically an occupational hazard for cat owners. You walk into the room and your kitty rolls over onto their back and shows you that soft, fluffy tummy. They look so sweet and like they'd love nothing more than a nice tummy rub. But when you reach out your hand to touch that floof, the claws come out and you get scratched. You might think that this is a sign that your cat doesn't trust you, but actually it's the opposite. A cat's belly is one of their most vulnerable body parts, as it contains their delicate vital organs. They are intensely protective of it, which is why they can get a bit irritable when you try to touch them there. But because cats are so sensitive about their tummies, exposing them intentionally is actually your kitty's way of communicating that they really love and trust you. Cat owners whose fur babies refuse to do this are actually the ones who should be worried. A cat who never shows their tummy in the presence of their human family is a cat who doesn't fully trust those humans. Sign 3. You probably don't pay much attention to where in the room your cat sits. In your lap, on the couch, splayed out by the fire, or on the shelf above the radiator. Maybe you've even gone to the trouble of buying them a special basket or den so they can nestle themselves comfortably in the cardboard box it came in. The actual gift no doubt sitting discarded in a corner. But for some owners, where their kitty chooses to sit can be a huge signpost for problems in the pet and pet-parent relationship. When cats don't trust a person, they'll often refuse to turn their back on them for fear of being attacked. This means that when they sit down, these cats will often choose to sit in a corner so that there's no way anyone can sneak up on them. They also might prefer somewhere high up, so that they're out of easy human reach. Sign 4. Cats are very tactile creatures. This is never more noticeable than when you're petting them. When you stroke your cat, they will likely press their body into your hand to encourage you to pet them more, or they'll turn or roll over to let you know that they want to be petted in a different place. They might even try to pet you back, whether that be by licking your skin to groom you, or by rubbing their cheeks against you so as to mark you with their scent. But for some cat parents, their cat's reaction is very different. A cat who doesn't trust their cat parent may try to duck their head or flinch away when somebody tries to pet them. They might even hiss or scratch. However, the worst sign of mistrust is also the most subtle, and an inexperienced cat owner could easily miss it. This is when a cat hunches over and freezes up when touched. This freeze response suggests that the cat not only doesn't trust their human enough to enjoy the pets, but that they also don't trust the owner to respect their wishes if they signal that they don't want to be pet right now, so their only option is to freeze up and wait for it to end. Sign 5. Not using the litter box is often the first sign a cat parent gets that their kitty is in distress. Pee that is high up on the wall, roughly at the level of a cat's butt when they're standing up, is especially troubling because it's a sign that the cat has been spraying. Spraying is the method that cats use to spread their scent around the area that they consider their territory. You can tell the difference between spraying and normal peeing because pee will appear on horizontal surfaces, like the floor, if you're lucky, or a bed, if you're not. Spray will appear on vertical surfaces, like walls or furniture. Luckily, happy and contented cats will usually settle for spreading their scent by rubbing themselves against walls or furniture. You might have noticed your own kitty doing this around the house. Spraying and pooping outside the litter box are signs that a cat feels that their territory is under threat and is compelled to spread their scent around as much as possible so as to inform invading other cats or humans that they are not wanted. Sign 6. Cats are famously independent creatures. They won't always allow themselves to be distracted from their important feline activities by the silly requests of mere human beings. But if a cat is never around, then that suggests more than just independence. Cats should want to spend time with their human family members. The time your cat spends cuddling with you or being petted isn't just for your benefit. It's a way of strengthening the deep bond they have with you as your pet. But if an outdoor cat insists on spending hours or days away from the house, or if an indoor cat is constantly squirreling themselves away in cupboards or under beds, then that's the sign of a cat who doesn't fully trust their people. Sign 7. It often feels like our cats are always hungry. You probably don't have much trouble getting them to eat when it's dinner time, and you might even find you have to cover your own food while cooking to keep it from being filched by felonious felines. But just like humans, cats can sometimes lose their appetites when they're stressed. If a cat's food bowl stops getting emptied, then that not only indicates that said cat is feeling unsafe, but it also represents a significant danger to the cat in question. If a cat goes without eating for more than 24 hours, then they risk developing fatty liver disease, a serious medical condition. What do I do? If you've noticed any of these 7 signs in your fur baby, then you may be feeling like there's no hope for you and your cat. After all, if the two of you can't trust each other, then how can you build any kind of stronger relationship? You might even be considering whether it would be best to just give up now and find your cat a new home. But don't worry. Gaining the trust of your cat won't be easy, but it's absolutely possible. The trick is to let your kitty take the lead. Start introducing positive elements into your relationship, such as tasty treats or extra play and petting sessions. Begin these sessions by offering your cat a toy or your hand, but not actually touching them. If your kitty moves away, then you should take a step back and try again later. If they react positively, however, then you know you're starting to build that foundation of trust. You should also check your own behavior to make sure that you're not doing anything that might make your kitty less likely to trust you. Cats don't like loud noises or sudden movements, so if you have a habit of slamming doors or clattering saucepans while cooking, then adjusting your behavior will probably help your relationship with your cat. For more fun facts about your furry friend, check out this video for some surprising secrets about your cat's butt.